other streaming platform which I'm using, so I have to do it from here, and it closed it. I don't know what is happening there. Okay, so we'll start. Means we're going to start. Okay, let me see whether I'm now hello on. Hope this will not. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, it means I'm live. So thank you all for again coming here and joining it here. And we are in day 2. So we are on day 2 now. And as you all know, means React is the main thing. To get a job today, you only need HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. And all of my student of night batch, most of them have got the job. And they just know, means they have not even completed most of the React projects. They're just showcasing it on LinkedIn and they got a job. Most of them have got a job, which I'm very proud. Means you can go on my LinkedIn post also, check it out there. Soon I will have them also say where they have gone. Okay, so and they know basic React.js. So React.js demand is so much that you also know basic React.js and all. You do some projects in that, but you should know good JavaScript and all those things. Means all those HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. Yes, at least some mid-range React also. You'll get a job easily. Everybody need React.js developer. Okay, so this is the top skills in today's world, maybe, and it will be the top skills in some time. In another 4 5 years, also it will be the top skills because the way the world is going, all those things. NFTs and all, the front end is always made in React.js. I'm in connection with a lot of people in America also. Keep a tab on the technology also. So that is there, and let's get started and with day 2. So we are going to use the same means same thing only, same file only, and maybe React is divided into class based thing. Okay, so this class based thing, once this class based thing is over, then only we are going to go into the hook based thing. Okay, both of them are very important. Okay, and so the first thing which we are going to learn today is the destructuring. So we are going to learn destructuring. Good evening everyone. So let me tell one more thing, that attendance will be given at the end. Attendance will be given at the end. So hope you're all able to see my screen in a perfect way. I can see that screen is some people say that screen was not sure. So the first thing which we are going to do see is the destructuring. So destructuring is again a shortcut. It's a shortcut destructuring. We have learned in ES6. See, we are going to use now almost all the things of ES6. Almost all the concepts of ES6 we are going to use. So first we're going to see the destructuring in this okay, so destructuring in this grid component we are going to see. So let me comment this out. So this is the same project which I was using yesterday. Same project. I'll cut it and I will I don't want it. Okay, so this much I don't want. Counter I don't want. But this greeting I want. Okay, so greeting. Let me go to the greeting now. So I'm here in the greeting. So greeting is like this. This props is coming like this, but there is a shortcut. There is a shortcut. Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. So there is a shortcut which we are going to see. What is the shortcut all about? So I'll save it. See, I will save it. Okay. Greet is not defined. Oh, I don't want this actually. Okay, so see, this has been shown in a normal way. We have seen this how it was shown. So this is it. But what is this section? This is the props. I'm sending the props here. So instead of this, I can do the shortcut here. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, instead of this props, I know that two props are coming. One is this name, which is obvious, and one is this children props is also coming because I'm sending it here. So I'll do name, comma, children, name, comma, children. I'll do. And now what is the, it's a shortcut. So instead of props.name, I'll have props. So like this, I'll have like this. I'll save it, and then nothing will happen. And even if it refreshes, it will be like this. So this is the shortcut. This is the shortcut. Name and children. This is the shortcut. Okay. So the next way. So this is a functional component. I'm doing in the functional component. So there is another way to do it in the function component. Let us see that. And that is like, oh, see, const like name children equal to props. Okay, so here what will happen, I'll have it as props only. See, this is also object destructuring, this is also object this is a proper object destructuring inside it. All of this we have learned in ES6. Okay, previous week we have learned in ES6. So this is the another way to do this. So let me save it. Nothing will happen, no error will be thrown and all. So it is like this. Okay, so this is the another way. So these are two ways in the object in your function component. In the class based component we have only one way. Why? Because in class based component we don't have this parameter, so we have only one way, and that is the second way. So let us do that. And app.js, I'll go and maybe I'll open this one also and save it. See, it will come like this. Okay, so now I'll go here, welcome, I'll go, and now here again we don't have anything like parameter now, so we have the second way. But one thing is very important in class based component: the destructuring is always done inside the render. So we have to do it inside the render, and the same thing we have to do. We'll copy this and paste it here. But there is no props here, so there is this dot props. This dot props is there. So now we have a bigger shortcut. So instead of every time writing this dot props dot this and this, we can directly do it like this. Save it, no error, it will be working fine. It will be working fine. Okay, so this is how the props are been done. So destructuring are been done. So now we are going to learn about what? We are going to learn about event handling. So we are going to learn about event handling. We have briefly seen that there is an issue with the this keyword. This keyword there is issue. So we are going to see how to solve that issues. Means in the class based component, of course, in the class based we are seeing. So let us do that. And for that we are going to have another component, new component. Let us have a new component, and that component will be event bind.js and not bond. Event bind.js will be there, and then it is rcc so default event bind is there. And then okay, so here we'll have a constructor. Now let me also do this, save it, and come here and comment this all out again. Event bind is here, event bind is here, imported it, showing it, and I don't want this all. Save it. Okay, so this is the event bind, and here we are going to learn how to do those event. Okay, so our so this dot bind method we have seen, so we're going to see something like that, but there are better way to do that. Okay, so we are going to look into that. Instead of first I will have a message of hello world. Then in the render I'll have a return is there, it is okay. H1 I will have, I don't know why this doesn't come nowadays. H1 will have this dot state dot message, and there will be a button. Okay, button is also not coming. Button will have be there, and it will be click, and on click is equal to this dot handle click. This dot handle click is there. Okay, so now let us make this handle click. So handle click is like this dot set state. I'm just going to change the message to hello JavaScript. I'm just going to change this message. Okay, so this I'm going to change, and so this thing is coming, and we're going to face the same issue which you have faced in the last one also we have faced. Okay, so I will come here in the console because we're going to face the same issue. So it will give me that this is undefined. So what is this is undefined? So let us do that. What is this is undefined? The famous error which you have got earlier also. So let us see why this is giving this is undefined. Let me comment this out and let me see console dot log of this, save it, save it, click it, and this is actually undefined. So this is undefined. We have an issue and we know why this issue came, because this is actually not defined here, and there are some ways to fix it. So let us look into the method number one, which is something different than what we have looked earlier. But let us look at that. So first thing is that we have to use a bind method. Okay, we have to use a bind method, and where we are going to use the bind method. And the bind method we are going to use in this handle click, I'll have this dot bind list. So it means that bind the this keyword with this function, bind the this keyword with this function. It means that, let me save it now. So now see, I will do it and I will click it. Hello JavaScript is coming, and then this console.log this is now an object. This is not object. So this is how it is there. So this is the method number one. There another three methods are also there, so we're going to look into them. Okay, so let us look into the method number two. Method number two is like, let me comment this on. So this is the method number one. So method number two is the earlier method which we have already seen. Actually, we are going to see that method only first. Then we are going to see some arrow function methods. Arrow function methods are actually very cool, and this is something which you are going to use a lot. So button, I'm going to do, and then click and on click equal to this dot handle click is there, and then declarative functions will have their own this environment. Why this dot bind again? It is not having it is this doesn't have its own thing. If you don't do binding, it was giving error. As you might have seen, it was giving error because you have to learn a bit more about this also. The problem is that this keyword was not binded with this function. So that is a problem. That is a problem in class based component. It was not binded there actually. Yes, sir, I forgot to give the I have a very big this keyword thing also. So this is actually we are now looking into the method number two. If you want to learn more about this keyword, I think I will give something. Okay, I will forget it again actually. I always forward it. So let me give this right now only. I will give. I have a very good video on this keyword. Means it is somewhat. So this here it is. And please do subscribe to the channel if you're finding it beneficial. And please do tell your friends and other people also to subscribe. Okay, so I will forget it again. So before that, I will let me give it to all of you. Okay, so understanding this in JS and React. So this is a very good video. Watch it. This is how the this keyword, why we are having this all these issues and all. What is this keyword? And this keyword is actually very means it's not that much easy to understand this keyword. Okay, so you need to understand it. Means it's a very huge thing. Okay, so that is there, and then we are going to look into the matter number two. So let us look at matter number two. Matter number two we have already seen. This dot handle click I am doing, and then I have to bind it in the constructor. Once I have to bind it in the constructor, and then I will do this dot handle click equal to this dot handle click dot bind this. I will save it and I will clear it now, and I will click it and see. This is again an object. This is again this object, this function, and it is working fine. The hello JavaScript is also there. So method number three, we are going to look. Method number three is something with the arrow functions. Arrow functions are the superior function which were released in 2015. In which we don't have this issue with the this keyword because this is binded with that function only. So all these issues coming because this is not binded with the function. So that was solved. One of the major thing. It is not like that the syntax is cool for arrow. No, it is not like that. The syntax is cool, I know, but the thing is that this keyword is binded to the function when we use the arrow function. Okay, that is there. And button. Okay, so I can I'll do like this only. This is a handle click, and I will call it through an arrow function like this, handle click, and like this. Okay, so like this I'll do. And let me also comment this out. Why I'm commenting this? So that you can see that it is not using this. So we call it through an arrow function. Okay, this is a very modern way to do. If you are going to do it today, you should do it in this way, or there is another way. Fourth method I'm going to tell. This way you should do if you're passing some parameter. Okay, that will look later on, and this is also working fine. Now the method number 4. So method number 4 is the way which you have to use today in 2022. If you are using a class-based component, in functional component, all this issues doesn't come. But if you are using a function class-based today in 2022, you have to use the method number 4 or method number 3 also you can use if you're passing some parameter. But most of the time you are not passing some parameter in the function, so you are going to use the method number 2, method number 4. Method number 4 is like this. Dot handle click is there, so we're going to call it like this one. We're not going to change anything here. See, bind is also, I've commented it out. But what we are going to do, we are going to make this function into an arrow function. Okay, this function into an arrow function. Okay, like this and like this, and save it. So why it is 2 clicks are happening? Okay, just have to comment this out. So I'm going to do this thing. Okay, so this function itself is going to make an arrow function. We are going to use this thing from now on. The function itself will be an arrow function. If I do here, click it, and it's working fine. So this is the 4 methods to bind the event. Okay, this is the 4 method to bind the event. And now let us go ahead, and because we always have a lot of things to cover in the 5 days, we'll cover a lot of things. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to learn is a method as props. See, React is not as complex, or it has not so many features on Angular. Today at 7 I did the Angular class, and there also we are passing the props and all those things, and we have the @ output, input, a lot of things we had there. And we don't have to depend on anything, any fixes like this and all those things. But at the same time it is much more complicated because we have created so many things, and there are so many things in Angular that you have to learn. But uh, Angular has a two-way binding. The binding is like that: from parent you can pass something to the children, from children there is a way in which, official way in which you can pass something to the parent. Although the way which I'm going to tell, that is also an official way, but that is sort of a hack kind of a thing in React. When we are going to pass from the parent to the child, we are passing through the props. But when we are going to pass from the children to the parent, we are going to do it through a callback function. So that is a trick which React people also know that we are doing it. So let us do pass the data in the opposite direction. There is a way to do it. So this is something very important to learn in React. Okay, so enough of event binding. So we'll have a parent component .js. My parent component of JS I am having, and everything is RCC, and I will have a child component also. Child component .js, and RCC is there here also. And okay, child component, one sec. Child component is a simple component. Okay, so it is okay to have it as a RAFCE. It is okay to have it as a functional component, because we are not using some, we are not going to use some state and something here. So this parent component is there, and I will have a const here, constructor, and maybe parent name is like Robin Hood Senior. Okay, so like this. Okay, so this is something will be there, and then here in the render we'll have a, we'll call this child component here. Okay, in the render child component is the same directory, so child component is been called here. And then we are going to have a function known as greet parent and we are making the arrow function. Why? You know why we are making it an arrow function? Okay, because or else it will give some error. So here I'll have a alert hello. This is not a state.parent name, but I'm not going to call it from here. This is not that much easy. So this grid parent is it will show an alert and it will show this hello, this is the state.parent name, but we are not going to call it from here. And one more thing, I'm going to add this parent here. So parent component, I'm going to call parent component, save it, save it. So it is showing the child component is very small actually. Okay, so child component is been shown because it is just showing the parent component. Now what I want to have this child component having a button, and press of the button, what will happen, this thing will be called, this grid parent will be called. So how to do that? Let us do that. Okay, so here I'll have a button of grid parent. I'll have grid parent and grid parent button we are going to have. And now what we are going to have here in the parent component, we are going to pass this function. So this is a different thing. We are going to pass a function in the parent component as a props to the child component. We are passing a function so that we can name anything. I will name it grid handler. And you'll often also see one thing, that people name it as the same thing which you're passing, like this. They will name it as grid parent only. Why? Because I'm going to pass that here. I'm going to pass this dot grid parent. I'm going to pass this dot grid parent. Okay, this dot grid parent I'm passing. Okay, this dot grid parent I'm passing. Okay, so now in the button, I'm going there, and here I'm getting a props. Now I'm getting a props. So what is this props? And this props I will call on click. On click equal to props dot grid handler, because the props name is grid handler, and then the props name is grid handler. But when we are calling this props dot grid handler on the click, what it will do, it will come back here, and this dot grid parent is actually a function, so it will call. So this is the opposite way, this is the callback function. Okay, so I'll save it. See, now this grid parent is there. Okay, I'll come here and click it and see hello Robin Senior, hello asterisk dash. Okay, so see, this it is coming like this. This is known as method as prop. This is how you pass. We're not still passing the data actually. How you pass the control from a child company to parent company in the opposite direction. But now I want to pass some data also. Just like in props we are passing data, here also I'm going to pass some data. So in the previous thing we have seen that if you want to pass some data, what we need to do? We need to do it like this. We need to call something like this, and here we'll have, because we need to, if you want to pass some data, we have to call the function, call the function as like this, and we can pass anything here, like sorry junior. Okay, so like this I'm passing. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the parent component, and here I'm going to do the child name I'm going to do, and or child, maybe child I'm going to do, because I'm getting a prop set, so we don't have to mention it here, just have to mention it here. For the child I'm going to do it here from this dollar child, from dollar child I will save it, from dollar side child I'm saving it. Now I'll do the grid parent. See, so this thing's junior. So what I'm having, we are passing this data. This is how the passing the data is coming from the child to the parent. Child to the parent, I am passing the data. So parent to the child is very easy. Parent to the child are passing to the props, but child to the parent I'm passing. How am I passing? I'm passing it through this. This is known as method as prop. Very, very important concept in React. Without it, there is no React, because 100% any project you'll work, most of the project you have to pass some data in the opposite direction also. Means it is a very big use case. Okay, so now the next thing which we are going to learn is the conditional rendering. Okay, conditional rendering. So what is this conditional rendering? Okay, Conditional rendering is like there are some ways to render anything on the means yeah. And let me do one thing. There is way too many imports and all these things are there. It's better to remove all these things. Anyways, should go through this video because this is the most important skills right now on the planet. And if you have these skills, there is no way. No one can stop you from getting a job. If you have a React skills, you get a job for sure. Okay, that is like that. No one even you have to help you out. Just put some learn react.js, put some project on LinkedIn, tag me. I will definitely going to help you because I have, all of you know my LinkedIn connection. I have 19k LinkedIn connection, 19,000 LinkedIn connections. And this is what I have almost everyone. User greeting.js I will have. Now we are going to learn about the conditional rendering. So we are going to have again. So RCC user like this, and then this export default user greeting I'm going to have. Now this user greeting I'm going to show this user greeting. Redux is next week. Redux is very big topic, and I thought that I'll do Redux. I will always do a different certification for Redux. I've done it in the past, and I'm going to do it again. And that is next week. I'm going to do Redux. Redux is very huge topic. It is equal to React. That is such a huge topic, such a huge and complicated topic, which which is a must with React nowadays because people think that okay, context API is there, but when you're going to give an interview, the interview is 110% is going to ask about Redux. It is not because right now my people are giving interviews who are doing my paid courses. They're giving interviews, and everybody is telling me okay, sir, they're asking me whether you know Redux or not, and they know Redux because I've taught them Redux in my paid batches, so they are able to clear the interviews. Okay, so that is like that. Redux will definitely be asked. Okay, so user greetings.js is there, and then here our const is there, and here I'll have so what I'm going to do is logged in is false. Is logged in is false. I'm going to have now what I'm just we are mimicking. What we are mimicking right now means suppose this completely things come with a database. Is logged in is true or is logged in is false. So if is logged in is false, we are going to show that welcome guest, and if it is not there, we are going to show something else. So let me have the thing. Let me remove it, and here okay. Which one? Again, there are 4 ways to do this. Okay, always there are 4 ways. I don't know why. Abendu and welcome guest. Save. So it is showing both of them, but I don't want to show both of them. See, it is like is logged in is false. Then what I want to show is logged in is false. Then guess is logged in is true. Welcome Nabedu. I want to show. Okay, so that is like this. So let us do. There are again 4 ways to do it. So first way is to do the if there is a if else statement also you can use inside this. Although it is not recommended, but I've seen in production code also people use this a lot there. If else statement. So they don't recommend a lot of things, but everybody uses it. So the way is that if this dot state dot is logged in is there, and say I have only one statement, and this is JavaScript thing. If I have one statement, I can it's like I can give a tab instead of that curly bracket. It is there. So I'll do this welcome, not back welcome Nabindu. I'll give, and this is h1 else return welcome guest. I'm going to remove this. See, this is the number one way. So welcome guest will be shown because is logged in is false. So this one will be done. If I make it true, welcome Nabendu is been shown. So this is how it is working. Okay, so this is the number one way. Okay, so another way is the instead of this big statement and all, okay, instead of having a return multiple times, see, it is always told that you should not do return multiple times. It is not a good thing to do return multiple times, and we're going to update it a bit. Same way is only there, but we are going to, what we are going to do here, let message is there. Okay, let message is there, and then message equal to like this, and message equal to like this is there, and then return. It's just showing the message like this. Okay, so we are having only one return statement. Again the same thing, see, true it is been shown like this, and false it will show guess. So it is the method number 2. But the method number 3 is the one which we use the most in React. The method number 3 means we are going to use, that is with the help of ternary operator. When I was teaching ternary operator in ES6, I've told these things, so you use this a lot. Okay, so that is there. And now the method number 3, let me comment this all out. Okay, and then return this dot state dot is logged in is there. This dot state dot is logged in is there, and then I will have this ternary operator question mark welcome Nabendu or welcome guest. So in this one line, I'm changing everything. So that's why this is so powerful. This ternary operator is the replacement of if else statement, which I've already shown, I've already told earlier. So this is how it is there. Okay, so if else is there, and then I will make it as true. Save it. See, welcome Nabin is been shown. So that is there, and there is method number 4. Actually, the method number 4 is not a complete method, because what it is that it is only the if statement. It is not the else statement. Only the if statement is there. So let us do that. And actually, I will comment this out so that you all can get it. Commenting this out, and here return this dot state dot is logged in, and so and operator is also known as a short circuit operator. Why? And it doesn't have a else part. It doesn't have an else part, and an operator doesn't have an else part. It is like that only. So if it is true, then only it will be shown. That's why I'm telling it is not a complete solution. If it is false, so it will not show anything. It will not show anything. Okay, so that is like this. If this dot state dot is logged in is true, then this side is been shown. So what is this? This dot state dot is logged in is true, then this side is been shown. See, the and operator is like compare the left operand and the right operand. It works in a different way. What way it works? So it works in a way that see, suppose this part is true, then only it will go to the right hand side. Internally it works like this. If this part is false, it will not go to the right hand side. Suppose this part is false, then it will not go to the right hand side, means it will not show the right hand side. And if it is true, then only it will show the right hand side. So we use ternary operator also a lot in React, and an operator also in React, because we love single line statement in React. Okay, so this is the way conditional rendering is done. So now let us look into list rendering. So see, when I was teaching ES6, I was telling that and I was teaching the array function. I told one thing, that the uh, map is one of the most important method in React. Okay, why it is most important, we are going to learn now. And why it is, how it can be used to reduce the code also. Once you do React, you will learn how you can reduce the code also. So person list person list.js I've done, and then here it is okay, means we can do anything. It is not like a functional component and all, not even using that logic. So person list I'm having, then person list person list person list and have save it person list I'm having. Just so in the person list I'll have a const names equal to Nabendu, Robin, Senior Robin, whatever it is there. Okay, so this is there, and whatever auto suggestion suggested me. So we'll have this return. So now how to use this return in the return? So return, if you have one statement, I'm gonna show it like this here. Names dot map. See how I'm doing this is an array. Names dot map I'm doing, and I can use anything IT and IT, but it's always better to, if I'm using the plural there, to use a singular here. It's always good. So this I do, and then I'll have h1. H1 will have this. This is now, this is how we show this. This is how the name will be shown. So if I save it, all this name will be shown. Okay, so this is how, why map is so powerful, because I can map through something and I can add a h1 div, any structure I can add. So this is structure I'm adding. This is very important. The structure I'm going to add. This is very important. Okay, so that is there now. But I want to show one thing. If I inspect, see, if I go to console and inspect, okay, so see, I got an error. Each child in the list should have a unique key props. So this is something which React will always give us. So React want all the keys to all the array element, means all the, whenever we loop through something, through map or anything, it should be unique. Because internally it uses something like this, that it uses unique thing. So how to do, make this unique, and how to solve that, how to solve that issue, means it is, we got a big red warning. It's not an error, it's a warning. So there is something known as key, which React wants us to give for everything. So I'll have a key which should be unique key, and I have to give it as anything unique. But in this is a small array. We generally don't get this kind of array, because we'll get some array of object in which there will always be an ID. If you have worked with database, you know ID will always come. So key, I will give it as name. Key, I will give it as name. Save it, and then see, nothing else. Nothing will happen here. But if I inspect it here, and if I go to console, I'll not get that error anymore. So this is what something is required. So as I've told, in the real world rendering, what will happen? We're not going to, means we might loop through something like this, but we will now loop through something else. Means like a real world, where when we are going to do API call, I will going to tell that we generally loop through array of objects, array of objects. So let us loop through some array of objects, and let us do that. Const persons equal to like this, and then id, I will have id, and name and age, and like this, and okay, so let us have some more ids and all. Name Robin, age 29. Okay, okay, so this I'm having, and so I've told this what is difference between map and for each. So see, the for each is just a replacement for a for loop. It just work like that for loop. But map, what happens? So if I'm passing an array, I get back an array, but I can add something to it. And map is used the most in React. It is not for each. I've hardly seen people using for each. And so map is something. See, I'm looping through this. I was looping through this, and I'm adding a h1 there. So that is the power of map. That's why it is used that, and that's why it is used in React that much. And you can go back to my JavaScript. I think it is on day 4 previous week, and I've explained it in a deep way. Means it is all ES6 concept, map, for each, in all ES6 concept. In a deeper way, I have explained. So it will be good to get a refresher there, because say map is something which we are going to use too much. Okay, so that is there. Now what we are going to do? Okay, so this names is there. So instead of names, I'm going to have this persons. I'm going to have persons dot, and I'm going to have a person. Okay, person, as I've told, it just generally takes a plural here and singular here. And generally what happens in React, we don't show it here, we pass it to a different component. So we'll pass it to a different component. We'll pass it to a person, and we're going to pass it to person component. And again, I have to pass the key. So key, what is person dot id, it is a unique, and the person as person. So I'm passing each of the object here, passing each of the object here. So this person component is not there. Control C. I have to create this person.js. Okay. Save it, and here I will have a, let us have a RAFCE. Okay, save it. Standing, because I have not included, what is happening, I have not included the person here. It is not okay. Sometimes it doesn't happen, so I have to import it, like import person from person, like this. And then I'll go to this person and I will show it. Okay, show all these things, so that all is coming as a prop, like person is coming as a prop. And then here we'll have this and h1, because I'm getting it h1 person dot name and p person dot age, and another, am I passing something else? No, I'm not passing anything else. Okay, so both of this. Okay, let me have the name also here, save it. So see, I'm getting all these things here. Okay, so all these things I am getting here. So this is how we get it. Means we generally pass it to a different thing, and this, even the API calls which we are going to do, we are going to get something like this array of object and we are going to pass it. Okay, so that is something which we are going to do. So this is done, and now we are going to learn about styling React component. Okay, so why not style it here itself? Means let us style it here. So there are actually 2-3 ways to style a React component, and let us learn about them. See, first way is the very normal way which you have seen, this app.css. You just create a app.js, okay, and then app.css, and you just style it. Okay, you'll just style it. Okay, so yeah, I'll give the attendance form. Actually today I started a bit late also, because first streaming got cancelled. Not your attendance. Yeah, this market attendance here. Okay, so yeah, so we'll go a bit more because I started today late, because the first stream was and didn't happen 8:45. I started. So yeah, so this is there. So we are going to style it. So first way, as you can see, that app.js is there, and app.css, I was telling that you can directly, means do some CSS thing and you can just create it. Okay, so that is there. Now the other way is to, means let us do that way first here. Why the other way? So let us do that way only here. Okay, so what I'll do, just create a, I'll just create a person.css file. Person.css file I'll create, and here I have to import it. So how to import it? How to import a CSS file? As we've seen in the app.js, it is very easy to import a CSS file. Just we have to dot and person.css, and we're going to use it here. So what should we use? Okay, so the first way to use it means the normal CSS way we are going to use. Okay, so let us have a, means in this h1 I will have a class name. So we need to have a class name. Why we need to have a class name? Because class is not allowed. So class name I'm to have, I'll do header, maybe a header I'll do, and I will see save dot header is color is blue. This and the color is blue. So color is blue. So this is the first way. Okay. So second way is the inline style. So how do the inline style in CSS? So inline style in HTML, we know how to do the inline style in HTML. Okay, so that is the way we are going to do it here. But again, the style will be there. A bit difference is there in React. Okay, so let us do that. Okay, so const para style I'm going to do. So para style because I'm going to give it to the paragraph. But here we have to take it as an object. Object we have to take, and font size. See, one thing is there. Okay, font size I'm taking. Okay, font size I'm taking. This is what I'm taking. This is camel notation, camel case I've taken, not font dash size. The camel case I'm giving. And the other thing is it's an object. So, and this single quotes is required here. So there 20 px I could have given directly, but here it is required. Font size is 20 pixel, and maybe the background color is like, again I have to give this thing, okay, yellow. So these two things I've done. Now what I'm going to do here, style equal to this para style. So style tag is there, which is there in HTML also, but style equal to in this object kind of thing, I have to do this para style. Do this, see, it has been done like this. Okay, so it has been done like this, and font size and all of these things are done. So that is there. But instead of using it like this, most people don't use it like this. I can use it in another way. So let me do one thing, and let me add a paragraph everywhere, like p, like p, and we have a lorem 10. Why it's lorem 10 is not coming? Okay. Oh, shit. Let me have a skills hard coded ReactJS. I'm hard coded just ReactJS. So it will skill is coming. So here, instead of this, what I can do, instead of doing it like this, style list like this, so I can have this style tag again, and equal to one quotes I'm going to have. Instead of writing it outside, why not write it like this? Okay, why not write it like this? Okay, font size, instead of font size, let me have a color of white, background color of blue, and some padding of IPX. But we generally don't do it like this. What we do it like this. Okay, in one line we try to give, okay, in one line we try to give like this, and it looks really bad. If it has got at least three things, it has got, it look really bad. As you can see, it is looking really bad. So I'll save it, and it will be done like this. Okay, directly it is done like this. So this is the other way to do it. Okay, so these are the all cases where we do. But in React, what happens, we have got something which is known as style component. I use a lot in the projects. I use the style component a lot in the projects. So what is this style component? Let us quickly use that. Okay, and we'll see today. Style component has something known as a JS and CSS. See, in React also we have the same problem. That CSS, what happens is CSS is a global thing. So it will affect all the things. See, if I have this CSS like this, and I give it some common thing like H1, it will affect everything. So people love to have this uh, ja- uh, CSS and JS library, and out of that, this style component is the most popular, and it has been the popular for the past 2-3 years. It has been the popular. So how to use it? So let us go here, and the basics and all. So we have to install it. It's a component. We install it. So let me install it. So command npmi style component I'm going to do, and it will install the style component here. Okay, so it is style. Now it has got some ways to use it, and what we are going to use. Okay, so we can directly to use this, and we can mix and match things. Okay, import style from style component. So we have to import it like this, import a style from a style component, and what we are going to do. Okay, let me have one thing. Let me have a, suppose I have a section here. So I will have this thing. Okay, I'll just copy it. Okay, const So we do it like this. So there is different from this way to do it. See, I'm using a real way, like padding is like this real way I'm using. I don't want to have to use a camel case or something like this. Wrapper is style.section. Now what I can do, this wrapper, I'll copy and paste it, and wrapper. It will look like a function, but it is a completely equal code. So see, this wrapper is been shown. Okay, so wrapper, it is actually wrapping everything. Okay, after that I should have a margin of yeah, margin of 1 m. I've done. See, I'm getting these boxes and all. Okay, so they're getting these boxes and all. So this is how it is done. Okay, so this is done. And what is the benefit of it then? So we just we are doing this, and we are having this style in a local file. Okay, local means in the local environment. It will not go outside this. It will not go outside this. Okay, that is there. But there is some other benefit is also there, which they have only shown, and we don't have time. We will go do it quickly. So see this, I'm creating a button here. So how the button is been created? So I want a button which have just one property which is different. The rest of the properties are same. So you'll use this kind of things a lot. Now like this, I'll have this button. I'll have this is style dot button, and I'll save it. Now if I go back, say a prime button and a normal button, and in all of them I'm going to have. So what is the thing which I just did? See, this props is there. This props is a different thing. This is not a normal React props and all. This is a different props. See, it means, see, this all is a common style, font size and all this thing. But the background is according to the props. If we are passing some primary props like this, if we are writing this primary props, the background will be like this, and the color will be like this. But if I am not passing a primary prop here, I'm not passing anything, the color will be like this. Okay, the normal button, it will be like this. So with, I'm saving a lot of code here, means in the you will face like this issues a lot. Okay, so this is how it is done. So our this all the css we have learned, means whatever that, and tomorrow we are going to learn something cool, something new. Okay, so we've come to an end today. Hope you all have filled the attendance form. Hope you're liking what I'm doing. I'm doing now two streams, means I'm teaching Angular also and React also. But React is the main thing, which I always say React is the main thing. React will get you a job today, and Angular, which is there something which is on the top of the React. It can add to your resume. So add that also. Attend that stream. That also. It is difficult to understand Angular. React is very easy to understand. React is very easy to understand, but Angular is very difficult to understand. You have to go through that again and again. So hope you're liking both of them. Hope you have subscribed to my channel. Please like this video. Please subscribe, that it helps to reach more people. Please do subscribe and like, so that I'm doing a lot of work in this channel. Okay. So thank you all, and I will meet you tomorrow at 7 with Angular day 3 and 8:30 with React.js day 3.